Hello, it's Nicko with Food Cravings, and today we're making Romanian style roasted pepper salad, or as they call it in Romanian, Salata de Ardei Copti. This is a very popular side dish prepared during the summer months. Let's get started. We'll start off with 3 bell peppers, 2 red, 1 green, and we'll place them on our grill guard so that it'll get charred. Here's a pro tip. Getting an even char is really important here. What you want to do is start on one side and keep flipping them over every few minutes until they're nicely roasted. And that's Chef Nicko style. If you've watched the baba ganoush video, you know what comes next. But first, it's time to add some parsley. And for this I used fresh Italian flat leaf parsley because I find that it has a better flavor. Then we'll give it a fine dice, and here we go. You'll want to make sure your knife is very sharp for this procedure, because after all, who wants to work with a dull knife? Here's another pro tip. It's important to keep your fingers out of reach so that you don't cut yourself. And through this process you might have a few loose leaves. What you'll end up doing is passing them backwards through your knife, giving them also a nice chop, which eventually leads to a fine dice, like you see here. Once that's finished, we'll check on our bell peppers. And here I have one of them already charred, which I've placed conveniently in a Ziploc bag. And if you've watched the baba ganoush video or the Romanian style eggplant salad video, you've seen that I've used a bowl of ice water to help peel the skin charred off the eggplant. This time we're going to use the plastic bag method, and we'll determine which works best after this red onion that we're going to slice. I'm showing you here both methods, either a fine dice or you could just slice the onion. But first, let's peel the skin. As I peel the skin, I'm reminding myself of another pro tip to share with you guys. Once the skin is off, there is a secret. Did you know there is a way to prevent the onion from making you cry? No, not cutting it underwater or anything like that. Come on now. What you do is first peel the onion skin. After that, you want to give it a quick rinse. Don't cut the bottom part off till you're ready to build your salad. As soon as you cut the bottom part off, then start slicing the onion, what happens is you start getting teary-eyed. And come on, 25 recipes in. By now you guys are as unbeatable as I am. I don't think you want to be beaten by an onion. As the fight rages on, this is the proper way to slice it. You go vertical and then cut horizontally, and you have an automatic dice, a la culinary school style. So you just found out this is also a techniques video. So we'll continue dicing away with our newfound knife skills on what is known as a brunoise in French. So after some major slicing and dicing, as usual, I got tired. But here you can look at something cool. Every time you slice, you'll get a couple of dices on the edge of your knife, of course. Now, we'll start peeling the other half. Then, we'll start slicing. Finally, as we do away with those onions, we'll revisit the first method of peeling some char and skin off the bell pepper in a bowl of ice water. I personally find this easier than the plastic bag method, but we'll see in the end. After all, part of cooking involves you testing various methods to see which is best. Here we have peeled and de-seeded the red bell pepper. As we've pre-sliced it, it kind of gets gashy a little bit on the edges. So we're gonna go ahead and follow the groove of those lines with our knife to know where to cut away. As we continue slicing and stacking, we're getting ready to give it another cut crosswise into what looks like 1/2-inch cubes. With that done, we're gonna go ahead and check on our green bell pepper. I mean, after all, if you were involved in such a steamy situation, wouldn't you want someone to check up on you eventually? Who would have known vegetables could be so sexy? So gradually I started picking away at the charred skin to see if it would come off easier than the cold water method. And as I continued picking away profusely like this, I would be thinking a way of formulating my answer to a conclusion that irked me. The question was not whether to be or not to be, but which method is better, the ice water method of peeling vegetables that are charred or the plastic bag method. which is rather steamy. Personally, I concluded that the cold water method made it easier to peel the skin off of the bell peppers itself. Now that our other bell pepper had been de-seeded, cleaned, peeled, and rinsed, it was time to give it a quick slice and set aside. Next, we dumped in the other bell pepper, and it made a splash. Shortly thereafter, I began peeling again. As this had been sitting in ice water for a few moments, the skin, charred and all, came off effortlessly. See? Next, it was time to slice our tomato. So I started cutting down the middle, and I kept slicing away. Then it was time to dump everything in the bowl to combine. The sliced onions, the diced parsley, the roasted peppers, and the tomatoes all had to know each other. After all, I was going to introduce some salt, olive oil, and vinegar, so they had better hurry up and get to know one another before it's too late, because after all, we were going to eat them. Here you'll notice everything kind of came together nicely in a flash. As I measured out some red wine vinegar, I was on a quest for a drizzle when I came back with some olive oil. Now we'll take our vinegar mixture and pour that in. Next, we'll add some salt and a touch of sugar. Next, we'll give it a quick mix with our hands, of course. As they say, there's no better mixing tool. Once that's done, but first, we'll mix in a touch of paprika. Then, we'll give that a mix. Like always, under and over, just to make sure it's thoroughly coated all around. Here I decided to go in for a taste. First I grabbed some red onion, then some tomato and peppers. The lightly salty combination of the vinegar and olive oil, balanced with the smokiness of the bell peppers and the crispiness of the onion and the juicy tomatoes, along with the freshness of parsley. Wow, I couldn't ask for a more refreshing salad. Then I just kept on plating it up. It was so delicious, I wanted more. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. With summer on the way, now you can try this at home and amaze your loved ones with a new salad. I hope you've enjoyed my recipe for Romanian style roasted pepper salad or Salata de Ardei Copti. For more info and ingredient amounts, don't forget to visit www.chefnicko.blogspot.com, and I hope to see you in my next video recipe. Bon appetit, enjoy, and thank you.